Yeah, there we go. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. All right, we're in. We are in the money. There we go. I guess I had child mode on or something, so all the pedophiles couldn't lure children in my stream. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a wonderful morning. How are we all doing? Markets are expanding lower. Starting to get some good steam. Some good steam lower. As I was saying, we failed to flip this daily on NQ here. Check this out. Failed to flip this daily. So at this point, I'd like to see the market stab into some sell side liquidity and continue higher. Ideally, that'd be money. Give me my money. Ian, I'm going to encourage you to just take a deep breath, brother. Just going to mark out a few key levels here. All right, guys, so if you weren't in the stream at the time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, data wick high. Data wick high. 8:30 a.m. on both assets. Failed to take data wick high. Tried to, manipulated lower. So for now, I'd like to see the market sweep sell side, tap into whatever it needs to, show confirmation of a higher print, and then we're looking for data wick into all-time highs. Patience today, baby. Patience. I'm out. I got stopped. Did you profit on that? You must have profited. Are you only marking the data wick high because the candle was bearish? Lock out, Ian. Yeah, basically, if it expands lower and we fail to take the high, then I mark the high. Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's bullish or bearish. I mean, typically, if it's a bullish candle, then we'd mark the low, right? So I guess, but you just mark the high and the low of the 830 candle, right? Once the low is taken, expect the high to get taken. Vice versa. Very easy, dude. High and low. Once the low is taken, we look for, so in this scenario, the low gets taken, the market continues lower, right? I'm looking for it to tap into something to then reverse back up towards data wick, because it's rare that we leave these data wicks unmitigated, especially at all-time highs, right? So again, we'll see. The market can easily consolidate. It's not a 100% success rate, but when you have a data wick stacked up with additional draws on liquidity, like we have London high, we have a PM high, and we have all-time high, plus we got 29.5. This whole region is super attractive for price. It's just a matter of when we're going to go there. Yeah, dude, I literally marked the 1 minute candle. I literally just marked the 1 minute candle. Typically what happens is, let's say we get our candle. All right, let's say this is a bearish candle. We'll draw it out. All right, let's just say this is our candle. Typically what'll happen is price will do one of these, take the low, and then it'll start to rebalance to the high. Take the low to then take the high. Now, it doesn't always do that. Like, you'll typically see that with like an NFP candle, right? It'll push, there'll be a small liquidation below it, the market will shift and then it'll rebalance, right? Or it'll shift and then it'll, you know, it'll fake out into like the 50% zone, continue lower, but then it'll come back to the high. But yeah, very reliable draw on liquidity. Yeah, because I looking at the 50-minute was respecting the bearish. Yeah, very nice, dude. Honestly, like, aside from the trading time, right? If you're willing to trade during market open, I mean, not a bad level. Not like from a price action perspective, not a bad level. But you got to be careful trading around the 9:30 Eastern, bro. Yeah, red folder news, bro. So just make sure, like, for example, PPI today, I believe it was. PPI was at 8:30 Eastern. If you came to Forex Factory after that and you refreshed your page, like a fresh internet page, after 8:30, it won't show. So you have to make sure you're looking back. Every day I also go through Financial Juice, right? And it'll also show the PPI numbers. I look for Trump tweets or anything to do with the Iran war as well, and I'll typically mark out those highs and lows on those candles too, to the exact minute of the release. Doesn't look like anything happened overnight, which is never a bad thing. Anyways. All right, so if we can get an SMT here and a shift higher, that would be lovely, right? For now, the market is heavy to the downside, but we can see the sensitivity, right? We can see this sensitivity and some first presenteds being well respected here. Right, let's take a little stab at lower time frame. See if there's any very clear first presented top ends. Looks like price liquidated into this low here. Just gonna take a look on the lower time frame, just for fun. It's basically just mitigated this wick. That is a Dan entry right there. Trading those wick blocks. But Macy, how's your morning going so far, brother? Ian, nice work locking out, brother. Very good. You look at the 5-minute at open. Let's take a look. Okay. So the 5-minute opened up bearish. 1-minute entry. Off this inversion here. Right here. Feeling calm about today's action? Right on. Yeah, yesterday was I don't know if you were around for it, brother, but we were talking about beef. Like, for some reason I thought it was like 9:50 my time, so like 11:50 Eastern. I thought the markets were done. Came back, it was 9:30. Came back from the conversation, 9:30. Setup was right there. PD array SMT with ES. Took the short on NQ, panic short, because it was just such a beautiful setup, and ended up nipping it on the 30 because I was staring at the 30-second. Nipped it. 15 seconds later, it started to drop. So lesson learned yesterday, man. Like, gotta stay focused throughout the entirety of the session, or you're going to miss opportunity. And that alone, that slip cost me $1,200 US in my pocket. It was $1,200 US after split. So again, the power of staying focused. Boys, make sure to give this stream a thumbs up if you're in here. Thank you so much. I know the first attempt at getting the stream going got some thumbs, so thanks for pumping that up. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know, like I say, when in doubt, stay out. And because I was unfocused, I wasn't in a position to trade the markets, right? And that's just what funded trading demands. Pure focus and conviction in your actions, faith in the system. Because I was distracted and I was in a bit of a panic buy mode, or panic mode to get in the market, because it was literally setting up when I came back. I took that panic into holding the trade, and I wasn't able to hold through it. So that's totally fine. No loss on on the mishap, which is all good, right? It's all about mitigating the downside of the damage of our mistakes, right? Data wick high. Guys, I gotta run to the loo. I'll be back in 2 minutes. BRB. Macy, I'll respond to you in a second, brother.
It's 8 o'clock.
Alrighty, boys, I'm back. We back. Sorry for the quick step away there. What am I looking for, Ian? I am looking for, at this point, it's gonna be two things, right? ES. Let's take a look at NQ. We got an SMT off the low, the Asia low currently, right? So if we can hold this SMT and start to flip some of these 15s, you know, I'd like to see price flip this level to the upside. Data wick high is on my radar, front and center. But again, I'm not rushing to get into it here. I want to see how price interacts with this level, because we could simply continue lower. Right? So if we could get something like this, a close above, and then a fresh 15 bullish print, retest into the IFBG, and the, you know, like a BPR kind of vibe for data wick, and then leave a runner to the all-time highs, that would be absolutely perfect today. we are showing sensitivity off this SMT right now, so we'll have to see, right, with this, the clearing of Asia low on the S&P. S&P is also weaker on the day, gang. So if sells do present, could be looking good. No real opportunity to get involved in a sell here on ES either. Plus, I'm a little apprehensive to be selling off this SMT or selling against the SMT. So if the markets can sync up and NQ can breach this low, then, you know, shorts are likely on the table. So we just got to wait a little bit and see what happens. But for now, I'm neutral. I'd love to buy. I would absolutely love to buy, but I have no problem selling as well. Just have to wait for clear confirmation. But where we're at right now, we're kind of range bound, right? Like this failed to breach. There's no SMT off the highs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got almost perfect equal highs at all-time highs here. 3 or 4 key draws on NQ to the upside. 1, 2, 3 key draws on ES to the upside. So yeah, man, we're chilling. Want to see how price reacts into this level though. Love to see it. Stop loss interference. Yeah, Macy, all good. Completely understand that. I was a bit anxious on my trade thinking about the outcome. Yeah, dude, exactly. And you know what? It happens, man. It happens to the worst of us. It happens to the best of us. Right? What matters is that we take the time to reset appropriately for the following day. And you know what? Here we are, bro. Right? So no opportunity for an IFBG in through this leg here. No opportunity. You guys get a little inside look at my Brain FM playlist. Brain FM is arguably one of the best things on the planet. If you don't got Brain FM, I mean, struggle life. Guys, I'm trying a couple new positions for my microphone as well. Am I sounding okay right now? Am I sounding okay? I got it on the brim of my hat. I just don't want it to, like, be too diluted. How am I sounding right now? Sound is fine on mine. Wonderful. 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 All right, let's keep our eyes on NQ here. So, have you guys ever used Brain FM? Any of you? Never heard of it? It's like a Spotify, but it's basically for focus music. Like there's no lyrics, there's none of that. It's just binaural, lo-fi, hip hop. There's jazz, there's electronic, there's acoustic, there's all kinds of things. Anyways, I've never in my life heard a Brain FM song with lyrics in it, and I'm gonna play you what I found the other day. So listen to this. Like, does this not scream banger? I don't care. Everyone party. I wouldn't recommend partying. Trading and partying are they likely don't go too well together. But like, this is on Brain FM. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, I need to turn this off now. So we did get a very nice V shape. Right, but again, if we look at this push down, right, this liquidation leg, right, we never flipped this first presented 1 minute here. It's starting to hold price down. So it could be cycling lower. Maybe we're going for Asia lows here. Still, like, nothing to short on ES off this 15. Okay, so we're starting to react off this 15-minute opening block. ES. NQ looks like it's stabbing a little bit lower here. Let's see if we flushed into Asia low. Lower time frame is just gonna one-shot the Asia low. Personally, would be sketchy for me to enter and have 115 like on ES. Yeah, okay. Yeah, both assets are fairly similar in terms of strength today. Like we're kind of floating around that, you know, 0.1% down right now. So, but this is, I don't want to be trading against an SMT within this big internal leg. Right? I'd rather start to trend higher, target the highs. Right, but if we start flushing, I mean, that's a little bit of a different story. Like, we get into what we had yesterday, right? Yesterday was just a big flush, right? And then there was the PD array SMT off the 15-minute liquidation here. Way late in the leg, still provided good opportunity, but the sell was taken on NQ because it was weaker, right? Look at that, we cleared the low, SMT at the bottom, right? But in a perfect world, I'd like to see this hold, right? I'd like to see this hold. This SMT could be absolute sauce for us for the session. Right, and again, I'm not trading any 5-minute levels, guys. So again, like we talk about A+ setups. I mean, I think it depends how you measure your setups. But if there, for example, there could be like an A+ grade for a 5-minute level, there could be an A+ grade for a 15-minute level. In my opinion, the 15-minute level is more reliable, therefore it is the true A+. Right? A 5-minute level would be like a B+. Right? You can never expect a 5-minute level to work consistently like a 15 or a 30 or a 1 hour does. Right? And that's why I personally don't trade 5-minute levels. The inconsistency is just a little bit lower. Sergi, my man, how we doing? Look at that blue shield. Come on now. So yeah, guys, we're going to be running YouTube streams for the rest of the week. And, you know, reason being is Discord is a struggle right now. The constant crashing. And you know, there's no opportunity for exposure with these live streams, right? Going back through some of my old streams when I was on YouTube, the viewership and the traction was pretty good in relation to when I was posting it live, right? So again, the goal is to just help as many people as we can make money and continue to grow the team, right? And I'm glad to have you guys as part of the team, and there's great things coming, man. So yeah, we're gonna stick to YouTube for the week, and we're gonna see how it goes, man. We're gonna see how it goes. Serge, how's your morning, brother? You get to work yet? Call, man. Yes, sir. Awesome. Oh boy. Sergi, what's have you taken a peek at the charts? What's the vibe today, brother? What's the vibe? I'm kind of got the same feel as yesterday for some reason. We might just We might just try and flush. But I don't think we're going to be flushing the low from yesterday. Let's see what happens here. Do you guys like the music or you want me to turn it off for you? You just let me know, up, down, or off. Whatever you want. New song, like, you hit me with it. I got all kinds of stuff queued up here. I'm not sure if it's copyrighted, to be honest. Is Brain FM copyright? Ah, fuck. Boys, I gotta turn off the Brain FM. Copyright. Copyright. Copyright free focus beats. Let's go. We're gonna stay dialed all session today. How do you know if it's copyright? Flow state. Huh. Anyways, looks like this is the one. Alright. This guy's probably got some other videos here. Hold on, let me get something going here. Summer Rain. Ooh, Summer Rain. Let's do that. Let's do that. Nah, it's a little too slow. Damn, this guy's got all kinds of music. What the... Again, boys, look at this. We're starting to show some more rejection here, so let's see if it holds up. ES is digging deeper into this 15. If you're looking for shorts off this level, look for an inversion here. Personally, I'm looking to see this cycle higher. I don't, with this SMT holding with a V-shape, guys, like V-shape recoveries are not something to be played with. 5-minute V-shape, 3-minute V-shape, 2-minute, 1-minute, and looking like a potential 15-minute V-shape as well. Okay, how's this sounding? Oh, that's nice. How's the volume, guys? Volume check. Voice to music. Listening to MJ. Did you go see that movie? Apparently, it's like all the hype. Yeah, dude, this 15, I'd like to see it flip, to be honest. If we could flip it, create a BPR of some sort, retest BPR, cycle for data wick. But again, 8:30 data wick, guys. Make sure you have it marked. Let's refer back to this later on after session, and let's see if it stays unmitigated. If it does, then hey, we're cycling lower, and then sooner than later, we're likely coming back up for data wick and these key draws, these key bullish draws. Amen, brother. Patience pays, man. Patience pays. But again, patience pays only if you're able to maintain focus. Use me as a perfect example yesterday. All right, use me. 1200 US was left on the table after profit split yesterday because I lost focus. I lost track of time. I thought the session was over. And then I panic sold on a setup that, you know, I should have held. I sold and then I clipped 15 seconds before it started to move because I was unfocused, right? I was patient, but I was unfocused. Right, so get your Adderalls in, boys. Let's fucking go. I mean, let's fricking go. Sorry, I'm trying to work on my profanity too, so how about we do this? Every time I drop an F-bomb, I need you guys to create a punishment for me. 10 push-ups. And so just as an FYI, ES is weaker on the day. So if we're going to look to sell, ES is likely going to be the asset of choice. Now, again, not looking to sell into this SMT, right? This beautiful rejection wick. Big sensitivity. If it follows through, that's A-okay. Serge, no trades this week. All good, my brother. All good. Guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Apparently it helps, boys. Apparently it helps. Let's go. If anybody needs a coffee, send me your address. I'll skip you one. Get it in. So, it is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. Looks like it wants to short here, boys. $25 a contract. I'm fading this. Again, this SMT with this V shape, it's not what I want to be trading into, guys. Not what I want to be trading into. SMT and data wick higher. Ay, mamma no bono, huh? Again, happy to let this go if it goes. But SMT, beautiful wick rejection. Look at this 15-minute candle. Right? Again, trading into a beautiful, beautiful bearish gap, but it's just not as attractive with the SMT and the data wick above it. I don't know. Likely gonna be a good fade. There it is. Good fade, boys. Good fade to start the session. Let's go. Right, and this is the power of like discernment, right, and discretion in your trading. Because yes, the model presented itself, right? We have if you're only stuck on S&P, for example, we have a bullish, we have a bearish draw lower, we have momentum lower, we have a 15-minute fair value gap, you know, expanding lower. If we disrespected the S&T or disregarded, sorry, the S&T and the data wick above, this makes sense, right? But again, SMT, data wick, and V-shape. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. You don't want to be trading against V-shapes, boys. With an SMT and a draw above. Good fade. Good fade. Yo, let's get some more boys in this stream here. Get him in. Let's go. Get him in. Okay, so refreshing your guys' memory on what I'm looking for. I want to see price violate this 15, close above, print a bullish 15, pull back into the bullish 15, cycle higher. We're starting to get it. That is dream scenario on the day. Dream scenario. Good fade. You guys have any interest in stocks? Longer term buy and hold, like call it 3 to 6 months, 3 to 12 months. If you have some interest, I can give you some stocks. Don't look at these lists. Don't look at this list. I got a fresh list. I got to update from the reports I was completing on the weekend. But there's some banger opportunities. Some banger opportunities. Cheers, my brothers. Cheers. Cheers to the first few sips of coffee on the day. I actually mixed it up today. I had an aloe vera, pulp aloe vera. It's got 12 grams of sugar in it. So I'm not usually a morning sugar kind of guy, but packed full of vitamins. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, so we have now flipped this first present in 1 minute. Right? This interaction caused the pullback. We're now cycling higher, flipped it. And now we are well within this 15-minute FVG here. And the markets are moving. Woo! Well, now. The markets are moving. How's S&P looking? Should have cleared that level. Yeah, entirely. There we go. Right, so you can see, right? Once price manipulates, taps into some liquidity, we get this beautiful SMT. You can see it start to reach for this data wick, right? Immediately, it's just reaching for it. Starting to reach, boys. Starting to reach. We are blessed with data wicks. Serge and I were having a conversation on that, and you could literally trade a strategy around data wicks and likely do very, very, very well. Very high quality DOL. My brother. Proth, how are we, my man? How are we? How was your day yesterday with your giving back to the, I don't know, whatever it was, the poor or whatever, building a house? We might get this flip real quick. Proth, how'd that gold trade pan out? Didn't actually see it myself. Is it a BPR test? I need young George to come in the stream here. Where's my G-man? I've been having some like suspicious digestive issues, like stomach problems though, not digestion, just purely stomach, bro. Okay, full filled to 15, CISD to the upside. Macy, remember, CISD, we take the most recent sequence of down candles. A bullish CISD is gonna violate the body on that. Body violation. So good sign with the CISD adding confluence, if we can flip this 15, then we're likely gonna moon. Good man. No CISD on NQ though. And again, we're not looking to get involved at this level. Right, even if we were, we'd have to see a first presented flip. All the way down here. All right, and then by that time, if you're selling from here to Asia low, I mean, it's like a 1-to-1 with a 100-point stop. Just not worth. Likely we'll see this cycle higher. I'd love to see it flip now. If not now, it doesn't really make a difference because the next 15-minute candle will likely print our, or will be required to print our bullish gap wherever we end up. And our bias today is strictly off this SMT and the data wick high. Right? Which draw are we reaching for? What are the signs that the market is giving us that we are going to reach for that draw? SMT, ES took, Asia low, SMT, strong reaction, V-shaped recovery, flipping 15-minute order flow, confirmation, sorry, change in the state of delivery. NQ, taking its time. Very simple, very, very simple. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Ooh, I got a couple of alerts here. Hold on. Get rid of those. Is anybody else like OCD like me? Like, just with these alert symbols? Like, look at my name here. What's new? Cool. Get rid of all of it. You guys happy golf season's here? I am very happy golf season's here. Okay, so this is what we're looking for, gang. Oops. Sorry, my stream's a little chalky. We're looking for this 15 minutes to provide its bottom wick on the fresh open and expand higher. Right? We want to see this momentum continue. And then, if we could flip this IFD, we could flip this bearish fair value gap or this BPR even. Because again, let's just refine the level just to make it look a little bit more clean. 15-minute BPR. Beautiful BPR. We got three gaps here. We got the one gap, the bearish gap, the bullish gap, and the bearish gap again. Right? So if we flip this, pull back, Bob's your uncle. Now, we might not necessarily get a pullback here. This could be the first presented, but time's gonna tell. Or the breakaway gap, I should say. Time will tell. Oh, no way. I could just, hold up. I could just keep this open. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wait, what? This reaction. Little lower time frame AMD. Force the pullback here. Give us fuel for upside. Watch it. you guys that trade 5-minute levels, this could be a nice piece for you. What's up, Ian? What's up? What's up? Fuck, Ian's one of the... Oh, there it is. 10 push-ups. Get the counter. Somebody better be keeping track of that. Guys, is the music too loud? I turned it down just a little bit here. But in relation to my voice, are we good? It's good? Right on. Okay, we're at 10 or 20. I think we're at 20 push-ups. All good. We'll get there. We'll get there. So again, this 5-minute level, right? See how it interacts. But if you guys trade 5 minutes, could be good. Best bet would be a 30-second execution, though. I find the 5-minute and the 30-second pair very well together. Kind of like the 15 and the 1. But you got to be very careful if you're going to be utilizing the 30-second or if you're going to be using 5-minute levels. You have to be sold on your bias. Right? You got to be very confident, because you can start trading 5-minute levels all over the place and it just turns into a quick mess. For example, 5-minute shorts yesterday, that for me personally would be the ideal scenario, right? Because we start to see this algorithmic liquidation to the downside. Now, once we, honestly, right? Like once, I mean, this was market open. Right, we got a clear push lower. Momentum, the market's selling. 5-minute interaction here. Might have been something else on ES as well. 5-minute interaction here. You could have sold either asset. I'm not sure which one was weaker. I think NQ was weaker. But those 5-minute levels can be really powerful when used in the right areas, right? Because again, we didn't get our 50-minute print till down here, and then we're so deep in the leg, it's a little bit riskier, right? Versus the higher up in the premium. Before we liquidate 2, 3, 4 levels, fulfill the 4-hour. GG, boys. All right, so this is what we're looking for. Remember, we're looking for price to flip the BPR or the bearish fair value gap. We're looking for it to flip inverse, and then I want to see price retrace back into a fresh printed 15. Is this font too small? Is this DataWick font too small? Guys, I need you to listen to a video. I need you to listen to this video. I heard it last night. Actually, sorry, I listened to it this morning. And it is so true in the trading space. It's like a 4-minute video. When you have time, give this a listen. It is spot on what we talked about yesterday about like resetting our minds and negative thought patterns. It's an absolute banger. Give it a rip. I'm really happy to be here with you guys right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm grateful. Prayers for all of you, your families, that you have wonderful days. Ian, what do you do for work, brother? You said you worked during New York, right? Landscaping, oh my goodness. Right on. Nice, man. Young buck. I landscaped when I was younger, man. I loved it. It's like you're working in the sun, you're physical, dude. There's nothing better for a young man. It's great for your testosterone. Listen, Ian, if you like, I know we talked about New York AM versus Asia on our Monday call there. If you can really dial it in on Asia, man, then I mean that would be a huge asset to the team, right? I'm looking for guys that are more confident in Asia or who trade. It might be a better time for them to trade compared to AM because of work and all that stuff. So if you can dial that in, let me know. I'd love a lesson. Oh yeah, it's nice. Sometimes these hard days where it's way too hot, or I hate humid weather. Dude, honestly, just like no shirt. Free lunch and it's close to your house. Do you just walk to work or do you bike? Okay, there's that interaction with that BPR. Man, if you get free lunch and you get to walk to work, like you're saving so much money. You're in a great spot right now. You get to exercise for your work. You get to be in the sun. Like, let me tell you something, dude. I've worked all kinds of different jobs, from landscaping to bartending to serving at fine dine restaurants to office work, right? To sales. Shit, man. Let me tell you something. Getting to work outside is such a blessing. The second you start sitting all day for work is the second your health goes down the drain. Or potentially, you're at a higher risk for the quality of your life to decrease. Okay, SMT off the highs. SMT off the highs here. So if we're gonna continue bullish for now, gang, I want to see this SMT get violated because we got an SMT off the BPR. I'm not looking to short this market right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. Spot on. Spot on. Inversion and a CISD to the downside with an SMT. So if this PA gets violated, then let's just dig into it. CISD again, last sequence of bullish candles, bearish CISD. All right, we got our inversion here. 1 minute inversion. I'm gonna check the 2 minute. Yeah, looks like we got a little baby inversion, but no, nothing to worry about. Again, what's holding though? Let's see if this 5 minute can hold us up. So lower time frames are screaming short. CISD, inversion, SMT off the top. 50-minute BPR. There's the full fill of the 5 on ES. We'll see what happens. Sorry, I'm kind of dancing around here, guys. My bad. Right, so again, we don't even need to look at the lower time frames in this position. I'm just doing it for the sake of the stream and educational purposes, but we can literally just stay on our 50-minute time frame here, gang, until we get our level, because we're bullish, right? The bias is bullish. SMT, 15-minute clear SMT, beautiful liquidation lower, V-shape recovery. Beautiful. Data wick high. The number one focus is what draw on liquidity are we targeting? Both assets have an open data wick. Think about it. ES already took Asia low. So from a perspective on ES, look at how close we're getting to this data wick. Right? This just to me looks like a stall. We took Asia low. We're cycling higher. Data wick high versus PM low, which seems more likely at this point. So that's why it's tough to trust this PA, this lower time frame PA, right? And that's the power of using both assets. SMT. Absolutely beautiful. Almost as beautiful as the weather. All right, there we go, boys. I'm going to clear this off. And if we can flip this BPR in the next minute, pull back into our 15, we are going to be laughing straight to the bank. Somebody hit up 50. Tell him Lefty says, "What's up?" I'd have a beer with 50. Why not? That guy's an absolute freak, but I'm sure he's got some wisdom. Okay, NQ CISD to the upside right here. If we get this CISD and this inversion, dude, we might not even come back into this first presented 15. We might have to look for something higher up. Take data wick, and then we look for a fresh 15 to pull back into and potentially take London high, PM high, all-time high. But it's stalling. It's stalling a bit. Isn't that the old Russia communist, Stalin? Was it Joseph Stalin? Second hold. ES failed to flip. Failed to flip on that 15-minute. 1 hour close. We have a 1 hour FVG below data wick. Not worried about it. Not worried about it. This 1 hour FVG could be cause for the pullback. We could look potentially for price to clear the high, flip the 15, CISD to the upside, tap into the 1 hour, pull us back into the 15, cycle higher for data wick. Fuck, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, that's 3. Frick, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice, boys? How's everybody's workday going? Check it out. Five-minute first presented. Good, bro. Now I'm just chilling. Might play some games for a bit. What are you gaming? Just like I like it, Macy. I'm gonna be looking to buy, Ian. I'm gonna be looking to buy. Not yet. I'm looking to buy NQ. Not yet. I don't really have any fear buying into this BPR too. Would I want it to eat this whole leg? It's a good question. Like this whole leg, or just this most recent? The recent one? It's a good question, right? So if we look at ES, I mean, we did get our CISD to the upside, right? We haven't flipped the bearish gap yet. Right, we haven't flipped this bearish gap yet. I'll just make it a little more visible. But we are V-shaped. We do have SMT and we do have data wick, right? And my draw is data wick, right? I am more confident on these assets reaching data wick than I am it turning around and hitting Asia low. Because if NQ fails to get our CISD, but we've already got the shift on ES, right? I don't think NQ is going to come down for Asia low. right? I think ES is reaching for data wick, and NQ is as well. Right, so this is my bias. This is how I got my bias. This SMT based off of our draw and liquidity. Our DOL is number one. So if we're looking for shorts here, right, we'd be shorting ES because it's weaker, right? You're shorting into an SMT with a beautiful wick rejection with a data wick right above you. It seems like it's just not the play, right? This draw looks stronger than this draw. And it doesn't have to play out, right? We could pause here, come back, take an entry, and it sells off against us, right? It happens. It definitely happens. But this, to me, this draw looks stronger than the lower draw, especially with the SMT. SMT is the hack. All right, and then above data wick, I mean, look at this. We got LR, we got low resistance liquidity. We got 3 more stacked bullish DOLs. So again, in a perfect world, we flip this 15, this bearish 15, pull back into our bullish 15, and then take data wick. That would be perfect world. And it might happen because we got a 1 hour here. And I'm not looking to sell off the 1 hour either, because again, we need this data wick to go. That makes sense, little man? Guys, make sure your trade evates are logged in. Mine just logged itself out. I have Financial Juice open as well, so I'm monitoring that full time. We can see though, like, look, it attempted to sell off, right? It's trying, but we're struggling to get any type of bearish momentum, right? So if this high doesn't hold and follow through, right, we're seeing weakness because this is a nice V shape, full fill V shape, IFVG, CISD to the downside, right? This entry looks great, but then look, we tap back in, right? We don't respect the IFVG retest. We flip back bullish. We're failing to push lower. We look like we're going to test the high. Right, this to me is just showing that the bearish follow through is struggling right now. Not to say it can't, but it's struggling. So if I was short here, I'd, I'm probably taking an L. Right, and it's very dicey to trade against data wicks, especially when the market's bullish and the data wick is bullish too, right? Like a buy side draw, very dicey. Orange man in China now. Thanks for the heads up. Financial Juice, I just linked it for everybody. It is a live or somewhat live news feed. So what I do is in the morning, I'll check Forex Factory. I'll go back a day to make sure I didn't miss any news announcements, any red folder dockets before the session. Like today, if you showed up at 9:30 and you opened your Forex Factory, you wouldn't have seen that there was a red folder news announcement. So make sure you're going back. We're marking out the highs and the lows. And then with Financial Juice, I utilize that to see who's, like, if Trump's going live, if there's any type of tweets or updates in the news in the world, then Financial Juice is where you're going to get that. And I also scan through, like, I'll scroll all the way down through the night to make sure that there was no additional data wicks that needed to be marked out. Like, the Trump tweeted it, 5 a.m. 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And nobody would have known, right? You could see it on the chart, but how many people marked it up as a data wick, right? Market ended up pushing higher and then took the data wick high, and oh, it's a beautiful case study. It trended all the way down almost to the low, and then he tweeted again. There was 2 data wick lows, and then it proceeded to take both data wicks over the rest of the week. So these data wicks are just such a beautiful draw and liquidity, man. I love them. I absolutely love them. They're my absolute favorite draw, especially if the market's bullish and the draw is upside. Because there was a data wick. I think it's on. I got it marked on the continuous. There was a data wick I marked on the continuous. Yeah, right here. See, so this was a data wick. Tuesday, April 7th, Trump wick. And you can see that the market actually never came back for it. Right? The market never came back for it because we're just so heavily bullish. It said, screw the data wick. Right? This was the catalyst for higher. The market just kept pushing. Right? So when we get draws, high quality draws, and the market's pushing, ay mama, let's go. And look at that. Right? And that's why these levels can't be trusted. I mean, I've been talking about data wicks for like half an hour now. You guys are probably getting fucking dizzy of it. Oh, that's 4 or 3. Oh, cool. I've never seen this. I just used... Yeah, Forex Factory is great for the red folder dockets on the week, bro. But Financial Juice, you're going to want to have open, right? So if, for example, I get a fresh print, right? My level's printed. Now I'm looking for entry. I am immediately on Financial Juice checking to see if there's anything that would want to keep me out of this trade. Like if Trump goes live, I'm not trading, right? Price comes back into my area. Funny enough, 2 weeks ago, I got into a buy, and the second I bought, Trump went live, and it flushed to my stop loss half a point away, and then it rebounded and held. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Got way lucky. But yeah, Financial Juice is a good way to know exactly what's going on. It's reaching. Here's that 1 hour interaction. I'm going to mark it out just for... Macy, where do you find this stuff out, man? Like, how did you know he's in... Do you get, like, work update emails? Like, yo, boss is in China. Now she's mooning. Actually, this is what I mean, right? This breakaway gap. We retrace, we react, we break away. Likelihood of us coming back down into these levels are a little bit lower now. Saw him board in the news. Nice. Or the plane. Yeah. Air Force One. That's a monster jet, hey? Nice. Yeah, guys, so you know with Trump and China, what's our biggest risk? The T word. Right? The T word, tariff. So at any point, he could tweet about tariffs in China, and the market can become very, very sensitive. So just understand the potential, right? If you get deleted by a Trump wick, I don't want to see anybody get pissed off, because we know he's in China. And if you decide to trade these conditions, you're taking the risk. If I get deleted, I ain't gonna cry about it, right? Crying ain't gonna do nothing. Facts, bro. Musk went with him. Nice. Musk. Guys are all fucking bunch. Those guys are all a bunch of weirdos. Everyone blown potentially, man. I guess it just depends who gets liquidated first, right? If you can get out at a decent spot, right? Depending on how violent the tweet. But dude, he's had like some 300-400 point tweets. Spicy, very spicy. Yeah. Iran in trade, cool. Bro's gonna tweet something, boom, everything gone. Yeah, we'll see. Billionaire friends, honestly, yeah. I'm glad the rich hang out with the rich. That way we don't have to hang out with them. Keep them keep the wealthiest of people quarantined in their own little bubble, because you know, nobody wants to be a part of that. Could you imagine being a billionaire? That'd be awful. It'd be absolutely awful. The powers of the world would like, you know, the Freemasons, whoever you want to call it, they're coming to your door, and there's no options to not work with them or adhere to their rules. Unless you want a bullet. But again, let's only say good things about other people, right, guys? Like Trump, you know, he has been an absolute blessing for the portfolio of North Americans. Traders, unfortunately, if you've gotten slapped, if you've gotten slapped from a tweet or something, it's all good. But you know, eventually he'll slap you in the slap it in the right direction, and you'll benefit off it. Okay, so we're about to get our inverse here, gang. We're about to get our inverse. Now, couple different ways you can play this. Right, the inverse and the change in the state of delivery on the 15-minute is our confirmation that the market is now officially trending bullish. This is going to be IFVG in 30 seconds. So there's two ways you could play it. Right, you can look for the lower quality level of the retest off the IFVG. Right, it could cycle off the retest, or we get a deeper pullback into the 15, and then we cycle higher. Trade first, Serge, first trade. First, I'll try to stab at shorts off the 15-minute. Okay, all good. This 15-minute? Where is this alert? Is it set on this thing? Or is it set on this thing? Okay. Yeah. Did you take this here? Was this it, Sergi boy? This did look very good. Like I said, this was basically a picture perfect entry. Right? Absolute picture perfect entries. Exact same as yesterday. Right? When we get SMTs off the high like that too, because there was an SMT on ES right here. Beautiful entry model. Just remember, my brother, key lesson learned here, right? As good as the shorts looked, DOL is number one. Draw on liquidity is number one. And remember, these data wicks are like absolute magnets, brother. So no stress, right? Big lesson learned for a very small price, my brother. Very small price. So now, guys, this is looking very good. Outside of data wick, once we clear this black line, excuse me. When we clear data wick, if we get a fresh 15 here, we're looking for continuation higher. These markets are beautifully in sync right now, reaching for data wick. Right, I'm not looking for the market to pull all the way back to here because that would be the first presented breakaway gap for higher, right? This is, if we're going to target all-time highs, gang, what's going to happen, right? We're not looking for a deep pullback. We're looking for speed, momentum, and follow through. So a deeper pullback, while it could be viable, ideally we want to see these fresh levels print while we take these into these draws on liquidity. Beautiful pullback, strong rejection for higher. Very simple. I do, again, if the data wick wasn't here, bro, and we didn't have the SMT on the low, the shorts, like PA wise, this is clean. This is very clean. And the entry was picture perfect. Ricky Birdie FX. What's up, Ricky? How you doing, brother? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Guys, if you're just tuning in or if you haven't yet, make sure you drop a thumbs up on the stream. MSS. Yeah. Oh yeah. CISD, the inversion, right? We completely violated this bearish push, right? And again, you could basically read PA strictly on the 15-minute today. Very, very simple. Once we got our DOLs marked out, and these lows were looking delicious, right? But ES took that first Asia low, and we got that SMT, and that was the sign. Now this disrespect, this inversion is now true confirmation with the CISD or the market structure shift, whatever you want to call it, that we're cycling higher. Now we'll see how we react off this data wick high. Yeah, yes sir, Ricky. We'll see. We're definitely reaching for data wick, so we'll see what happens once we pull it. Mm. How's your day, Ricky? Were you in the studio recording some beats or what? No, I'm not long yet, brother. I'm not long yet. Waiting for a 15-minute level. Not interested in any 5-minute. After session, right on. Ricky's got them the trading song bangers, dude. I should make you a tab on the Discord, man. Ricky access only. Nothing but bangers. Lessons learned in music. I love that. In GU Longs, right on, brother. Let's take a peek. Quick peek, guys. Don't mind me. I mean, this looks really good. This looks really good. We got this 15-minute continuation box. Right? Retest into the, we'll call this somewhat of a breaker. Draws higher. We have nothing really to hold you up in through here. Maybe this front edge of this 4-hour. Be mindful. Front edge of the 4-hour, and then we have London highs. That could be a stinky reversal, dude. Very nice. All right. Oh. ES is right there. So like if we could hold and print a 15 here, gang, we'll simply cycle it into data wick and we're done for the day. But time will tell, my brothers. Time will tell. I'm gonna pull this over here. Charts just get really freaking messy, man. Just gonna go red line. We don't need the letters. 8-minute print. If we could stall, print, pull back, tap, and go, I'm laughing. We'd want this to stall though. And it's really cool to watch, right? Like the market moved away from our data wick and then immediately just said, I want. And that short I posted, I think it was last week, 1 or 2 weeks ago on DataWix, basically the same concept, right? Left the high, tried to take it, no, liquidated lower, got the SMT, and we're moving. I'm going to just set an alert so I don't have to continue flipping to ES here, gang. I'm kind of vibing on this Asia Lo-Fi. What's that, GU or NQ, bro? Indices could definitely sell off. We'll see. We'll see. I'd like to see it take data wick and then sell off. The likelihood of us leaving this draw at this point is very low. But we'll see. We are within a 1 hour. We fulfilled it. So that's what's holding price up right now. And just like the 15, right? It had little to no weight. Right? Very little weight. We wicked into it. It tried to continue lower and respect it. No. So I think it's gonna do the same thing with the 1 hour. Yeah, man. CPI was really nice for the sell off yesterday, and that's definitely something that I missed early on, and I don't have a lot of experience with is actually reading the fundamentals. But we got this algorithmic sell off, right? This complete melt, because again, CPI was good. CPI numbers were good, right? Attracting interest or building interest in the U.S. dollar, right? And with interest, when the U.S. dollar rises, typically we see stocks or indices do the opposite, and that's hence the weakness. But again, I think it was simply a catalyst for a pullback. Right, we failed to flip this daily gap right here. Huge wick, huge wick down. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that the market's selling off during the war now, based off where we're at, is likely. Right, economic weakness just doesn't seem viable for the market makers in the U.S. Guys, this is setting up for us. We're getting second by second, we're getting closer to getting a nice level here. This is my favorite kind of trade into data wick. Very reliable. No asset, neither asset has taken it yet either. The Fed might have to think about increasing rates. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I watched something about, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and they were saying that they're looking to keep rates consistent throughout the year, if I'm not mistaken. But anything can change overnight, right? I wonder how like CPI and PPI, for example, they're hot, and then we got increasing costs with energy and with oil and transportation. I mean, you're gonna start to see things at the grocery store skyrocket, right? Look for those 15 to 20% increases on anything that's imported. Also, gentlemen, by the way, I followed up with Adam yesterday, and there is no beef to be had for us until next May. So I'll keep a beat on that. And again, Adam, if you're here, if you come across any of the rural boys that are willing to give a bit of a good deal, we'll come pick up. We'll crush some beers. We'll stay over. We'll do whatever, unless it's coming straight out of the butcher. But nonetheless, we'll crush some beers. Have a little hangout with the boys. So do you think a rate increase would make sense with the cost of energy and transportation and imports going up? I am no fundamental wizard. I will tell you that. Guys, make sure your trade debate's open, ready to roll. Whoo! Take a deep breath. Ground yourself. Feel the floor. No attachment. No attachment. Interacting with this 1 hour. Flip the 30-minute too. Okay, here's the retest on the 30. Just for reference, until this candle closes. Guys, once our level prints, we're looking for V shape. We're looking for IFBG and V shape. There's a 2 or 3 second latency on my stream as well. Just a heads up. It's as low as I can get it right now. This is what we were asking for earlier on. One of the final pieces here. Let's see if we can get this 15. We get this 15, we cycle higher, we leave a first presented 30, a breakaway 30-minute gap for higher. Beautiful. That's my read. Gorgeous. This might happen quick, guys. Be careful. Be ready. $30-minute, no confirmation for 15 seconds. Okay, perfect. $30 seconds to print. 30 seconds to print. We got 61 points from the front edge of our 15 to our data wick. 61 points. There's our level. 10 seconds. I'm going to be monitoring this very closely. If we get a 30 second, I'll let you guys know. Okay, levels confirmed, guys. 15-minute levels confirmed. Likely look for a liquidation lower. Patience. Right, if we don't pull back, that's A-okay. That's part of the game. Sometimes the data wick pull is just too strong. But we took buy side here. We took buy side, so it'd be great to see a pullback now. Remember, this trade means nothing. If we get into a trade here, what matters is our execution, our ability to manage it. The outcome doesn't mean anything. Remind yourself of that. And if we fail to come back, no stress, boys. No stress. Markets are beautifully in sync. Check financial juice. Nothing going on. Forex factory. Fed chair nomination vote is still tentative. That's just moving day to day, isn't it? We'll see. Always, brother. How's GU looking? Not to get distracted here, but looks like it's got some good upside still. 30-second wick or 30-minute wick is just beautiful. $11 to our 15 expands to a 30-minute. 30-minute first presented. Excuse me. Little tiny 1 minute. Little tiny 1 minute. 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, corrective push down or any type of push. We just gotta, now we're monitoring, right? We push up. Once we take this low, we need to look for our most recent leg of price. And then we're going to be marking out all those first presenteds. If we push. Again, I got an alert on this level here. So we'll know when ES takes data wick. So it's retesting this little V shape here, right? This caused the 15-minute top side. So we haven't tapped in yet, but this exact model in our zone, money, absolute money, especially with our CISD here. All right, so this could just rock it without us, but patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Again, this is the danger of trading only the lower time frame, right? This is the second time we've seen a beautiful buy setup right after this beautiful sell setup. But again, where is it trading out of? Right? Where is it trading out of? Low quality level or lower probability level. Let's call it that. Whew. Strong rejection off the retest. It's actually a little BPR. Right, and this take on data wick on ES might just be our SMT to push us lower. Right, if NQ holds the high and ES takes the high, then we have our SMT at the high, cycle us back into 15, ES cycles higher out of the 15. Because ES doesn't have a 15 to pull back into. So why would it? Right, it's just this slow grind. Just trying to make sense of the situation here. You guys dialed in and ready? Right, so 25 point stop is 50 points a contract. If I want to risk $200 per account, that's going to be 50 points a contract times 4, $200. 5 accounts, 4 contracts times 5 accounts, 20 contracts total if you're trading trade of 8. So I like to kind of size up the level, right? If it's a smaller level, it helps me with the math and calculating stop loss just a little bit quicker. Yes is pausing. Perfect equal highs. Dial it in. Oh, they love us. They love us. Let's see if we can breach this low. We got a BPR here. Beautiful. $30 minutes forming in 5.5 minutes. My preference is to see this tap into the 15, cycle higher before, and then that's our first presented 30 for our breakaway gap for higher. So we'd have a 15-minute and a 30-minute breakaway. Breathe, boys. Smell the air. Open my window. 16 degrees already. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Smell that fresh morning air, brothers. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here she comes. So again, if we tap in right through here without any type of pullback before we reach our level, where's my first presenteds? A little baby ass 1 minute here. Not too concerned about that. Nothing on the 3 or the 5. So we are in our level now. So I'd like to see a hold up, a fresh level print here. We invert it, and then we're slamming it upside. Right, we got LR here. I'm monitoring the 30-second. Trying to flip this 30-second. There's a 30-second gap right where my entry line is. Price point, 1150. Like to see it come lower though. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, next 30-second inversion, 303. So we're still looking at about 25-point stop-ish. 20, 25. Let's see what happens. See if we get a 30-second print. Two-minute gap forming in 20 seconds. Not something we want to be trading into. Not I. Right, so at this point, it's going to get a little bit wider. 30 seconds going inverse. Not yet. It filled it, but it didn't inverse it. Right, so what I'm looking at now, guys, is it looks like we might just be forming a 30-minute here. This is starting to look good. Let's see what happens with this 2-minute. $36 points, 7, 14, 21, 3, 15 contracts. Let's see what happens on this 2-minute. No inverse. Tapping back into the 30-second IFEG, 1-minute breaker. Big sell. Somebody just went live at 9:20. Some woman. Not worried about it. Not worried about it. Right, so you can see why I didn't want to short into this or long into this 2-minute, right? There was a nice, beautiful 30-second V shape, right? And we'll see if it holds. It's testing it right now. Let me see if there's SMT on 30-second. No 30-second SMT. Right, so now we got a 30-second BPR at the top and bottom of this candle range. We got it. We got to see this. We got to see this 2-minute flip. Mic check. Yeah, we're still good. Very good. See if we get it. Still no flip. All right, this could nuke. I'm good letting it go. I'm good letting it go. I'm not going to trade a 30-second into a 2-minute though. It just doesn't feel right. DataWix gone on ES. And we got a 30-minute level here. See what happens. It might just smoke. No problemo. Mark that out as an inversion. See, now my thought is we might come down into this 30-minute. So this is where a second stab would make sense, right? I got a couple contracts on here. Let's see if we can follow up higher. Right, so the risk with this trade now, guys, is we might come down for the 30, like I stated. S&P looks like it's pushing though. So let's see if we can get some carry up. Anybody running in this with me? "30-second stall right after retest in this little 1 minute. I wouldn't call it a first presented because we had this pause here. But we flip this and we should be Gucci. High quality break even point, probably looking at this high here. If we can reach data wick, then that's going to be my daily target on two contracts. Data wick is going to be 360. I'm going to get my contracts ready to go. We're going to put 10 off. Sell them at 10 right before data wick for a perfect 40-point target. And I'm about to move to break even, gentlemen. Okay, I reduced my risk. I'm not break even yet, but I reduced risk below here. Good closure above. Now, what we want to see, guys, remember, let's pay attention to our price legs. We want to see this hold, this region. We could come back into this order block, but plenty of reason for price to hold up. ES is still looking bullish, right? And then I'm going to look to leave a runner up to London high if we breach data wick. Keyword if. Okay, here's the retest. Not trusting it? You don't trust the draw, bro? Remember, like we did take DOLs on ES, so we could be primed for a bit of a pullback into this leg. But we want to see this 1 minute order flow hold higher. Just stay dialed. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. Interaction. This first level, not worried about the flip or not. More so keen about this first presented. Right, order block and the CISD would be right at our point of entry. If we don't hold here, we're likely coming lower for the 30-minute. But again, I'm seeing this 30-minute as a bit of a breakaway, right? Just like this first 15 down here. Breakaway gap for higher. Breakaway gap on the 30-minute, and then cycling onto the 1 hour if we're going to start targeting all-time highs. Big 30-second candle. Big engulfing candle here. All right? Stay calm. We stay calm. Risk is mitigated. Right? We got fucking 6. Oh, there's 4. We got 6 points on the table, gang. So we're chilling right now. All right, this is the key 1 minute gap we want to see respected, though. We want to see this cycle now. Once we take this high, I'm moving break even. Floating up $130 on all 5 accounts. Boom, we got our CISD back to the upside. Should get some push here. It's reacting to the liquidity. 30-second closure. There's our down wick. And now our up wick. Let's get a wickless 1 minute here. Wickless 1 minute would be beautiful. I'm break even. Stops are at 21. Oh, this shit makes my... This just makes me so happy to see. This is my go-to setup, gentlemen. Data wick, trading into data wick. Bullish draws, bullish market. Oh. Right, we're not out of the woods yet. Well, we're out of the woods. It's just what are we bringing? What's in the bag? That's for the market to decide. So same principle as this recent leg, right? What are we looking for? We're looking for the market to print bullish order flow, signs of bullish order flow, and respect that order flow. I'm partial. Let's go. I'm partial, boys. Let's go. Green. Now. $125 points. I am going to leave a runner up to London for 447. I'm going to go 440. And we got 5 contracts. That's going to be sell 5. And then I got to adjust my stop loss. Guys, don't forget to adjust your stop loss, right? If you take partials, do not leave too many contracts on, right? Especially if you're trading multiple accounts. There should only be 1, right? I had 3 contracts running here, right? 2 off the top. I need to adjust my stop loss to 1 contract. 1 contract, because if you don't, it's going to still stay 3. What happens? It comes in, you get liquidated out of your 1 contract, and you're in 2 shorts. All right, let's go. W's in the chat, boys. Dubs in the chat. Dubs in the chat. Let's go. A plus setups only, baby. A plus setups only. A plus setups only, baby. Patience freaking pays, man, when you stay focused. Patience pays when you stay focused. Stay dialed. Nobody cares, bro. Come on. Feel sad for anybody not in here, man. Let's go, Mason. Let's go. What a boy. Garcia, you in here, bro? Oh shit is right. Oh shit is right. Oh, bang! Come on! Anyways, that's enough of that. For anybody still looking to short this market, I apologize if I distracted you, or if you're still trying to get involved into a long. My apologies. My apologies. Let's dial it back in here. So we're meeting some sensitivity. I want to make sure. Wall Street Journal, the House Financial Committee is taking up a bill that would amend the Federal Reserve to act to eliminate dual mandate and focus only on price stability. 942. This just came out here. Okay. So now, if you're, again, we took data wake highs, right? Our high probable draw has been taken. So on both assets. So this is typically where we start to see a bit of a pullback. Now for me, let me just check my trade evade. Wait, did I? Hold up. Positions. Yeah, so I've realized 159 per account. So I've hit my daily target. So this last contract, I'm totally fine letting it come back to break even if that's the case. Right? So I'm floating about $100 on it, and I'm willing to give it room. Right? Because this could potentially net me another 300, and I've already hit my prop firm target for the day. Right? My minimum target of 150. All right, so that's the strategy behind how I'm trading right now. Is I'm just aiming for those targets, right? And oftentimes it's a simple 1-to-1, partial, let the rest go, right? But this is looking very good. We're just gonna have to see how we start to interact with this little region in through here. Let me just stretch this out. But we are risk off the table. Let's get this red out of here. Very well done. Good patience on the 2-minute flip. Again, could have taken the 30-second. We could see this big push down into it, right? And once we got the 2-minute flip, we could see just the market took back over bullish, and there was a small interaction with this little 1-minute, right? Pay attention to the little details. But again, we retested off of it. It primed the retest back into the 2-minute, and then now we cycle higher. So if we can continue here, that would be absolutely blessed. Just another day, boys. Just another day. Search. Who's still in here? Macy, Ricky, thanks for sticking around, boys. Locked in 350 with first TP stop loss move. Yeah, attaboy. Did you take the 2-minute here too? Just gonna tidy this up, guys. So I got the line here. This is where I reduced my risk, right? To, I think it was below here. This was the original risk reduction of risk. Visual order sent it back. And then once we CISD to the upside here and respected this 1-minute, I was confident to reduce risk because we shouldn't be coming back below this. 1,200 profit on 100. Let's go, man. Let's go. Are you copy trading, brother? Do you have both accounts running? Adams here. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what the market provides us today. Not going to be greedy. All right, we got a couple 2-minute levels here. This nice 2-minute level first presented. So again, if you're in this position, it's important that we're still monitoring how price is interacting, right? 5 minutes about to print in 49 seconds. Starting to get some rejection right off this high quality zone, right? We took liquidity, we melted lower, so we'll see. But again, we want to just monitor order flow. We have a 3-minute and a 2-minute first presented here. It's better seen on the 2-minute. And then we actually have the 1-minute still down here. So this gap here doesn't have as much weight if it inverses. Not a big deal. Obviously, if it does protect it, then we're laughing. But if we look at these gaps, we had the first presented 1-minute on this run up, and we got the first presented 2-minute. So if we tap in, I want to see these gaps hold because the CISD to the downside now is here. Right, so if price comes below this level, then we're likely going to get taken out for break even on our runner, which is a-okay. So again, just monitoring price. We're looking for the exact same thing to continue. There's a tap into the 1-minute, and the market is completely melting. Aggressive full fill into the 1. Right, coming off this buy side liquidity. And now we look for rejection. Sorry, the 1-minute CISD is down here. 2-minute CISD is up here. So depending on which one you would decide to use, I mean, it's up to you. For now, let's just focus on the 1-minute, and the 2-minute's about to flip. Wow. Sensitive area. It's also late in the late getting close to lunch, so we could be in for just a deep pullback into these zones before we continue higher, but I'm not looking to leave any risk on the table at this point, boys. Looking for a hard turnaround here. Still haven't flipped this 1-minute. Oh, okay, I'm out. I'm out. Where did I get in? Hold up. Did I think I had my stop managed a little bit improperly there. Anyways, regardless, we're looking like we're flushing back to the downside here. Heavy turnaround. Right? First draw on liquidity was met. Absolutely love to see it. We're paid. We're done for the day. Lockout. On to the next one. I am locked out, gentlemen. I am locked out. My man, eating with your mouth open. Who's eating? Did it sound like I was eating, or what do you mean? Or are you referencing the charts here? Trying to see here. Yeah, this looks like we're in for a pullback. Again, we haven't touched this 30-minute yet, gang. We haven't touched this 30-minute. So like I said, the market will look for reasons to come back and tap into these zones. But this printed as we were cycling out. So we took data wick, and now it's potentially gonna come back and touch this 30-minute. Could go lower too. But S&P still looks hella bullish. No real option for re-entry as well, gentlemen. You know what? Like, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to just go ahead and put this on the retest. I didn't get in at the retest, but just so it's easy for viewers to comprehend. Stop loss hit on Apex. Locked in 350. Are all your accounts like taking the same amounts of profit and losses, or like are you doing break even on some accounts, or how are you trading this there, Macy? Just out of curiosity. This has a high likelihood of continuing higher. I can smell it. PA's not telling me, but I can smell it. Alrighty, boys. Well, that's my day. Sitting at previous day high. I've runner. Previous day high. Shit, man. That's yeah. Okay. Even look at today's daily high, bro. Same. I mean, if it takes London, it's likely gonna take all time, or PDH, previous day high. But today's current high is London too. Lots of room. Right, we haven't taken of the bottom or top of this daily candle yet either. So it looks like we're reaching for the top of it. Just gonna move this down just to keep it simple. Simple and visible. There's some deviations in the actual price of entry by a couple points, gentlemen, but don't worry about that. So market's trending lower now, right? We're starting to shift. So for anybody still hunting, again, this 30-minute FVG is looking like we might be aiming for it. Right? We've been bullish all session, due for a bit of a pullback. One tick away. Is this break even? This must be break even stop loss, right? Who knows? Anything can happen. Let me monitor 30 seconds. So yeah, 30 seconds, same idea as the 1 minute. You see this gap here, it's already formed in the 30 seconds. So you'd want to see this. If we flip this and we get a CISD to the upside, then it's basically what we saw this morning, right? We took liquidity lower. It looked good. There's that 15-minute bearish FEG, but this looks like, I mean, we got to look at where we're trading off of, right? We took key liquidity. Now what? Internal, right? If we look at the 15, internal to external being the data wick high and the 15-minute high that we printed, right? So we've taken external. Now what? Back internal, 30-minute FVG to potentially back to external, which could be this high or the DOL's higher. London high, PM high. Let's go, Maisie. Let's go. Did you profit on all your accounts today? I might be struggling. I'm struggling to read some of your messages. I'm like, when you say stop loss, I'm thinking, shoot, man, he took a loss. But you mean like break even stop loss, right? Yeah, dude, this is how I trade, man. This is a perfect example of how I trade. I just take little base hits, right? Take the reaction off the level. I'm not looking to hold a pullback and take some big swanky RR, right? If the market runs, then that's absolutely beautiful. But it's just about getting paid. Let's go, man. Attaboy, Mace. So make sure you drop in a trade review or just even a profit and loss, dude, with some screenshots and your P&Ls in the profit and loss, and just continue to build your own legitimacy, right? That's what it's all about. Build that legitimacy with yourself and with others. Others, it doesn't matter, right? In your position, it doesn't matter to prove yourself to other people. But again, if you're proving yourself to other people, you're naturally proving it to yourself as well. A plus setup had to be copied. It's 100%, dude. 100%. No problem. That's what it's here for, dude. Here to help you guys learn and earn at the same time. And my model's going to be a little bit different than everybody else's and how I trade, but again, man, I mean, if you can learn and earn, again, small risk on anything I'm taking if you're copying or if you're, if you're getting involved in this move, and just understand that your fake simulated capital helped this go up, right? I'm totally kidding. It didn't actually move the market whatsoever. But once we get booming personals, boys, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be 100 plus minis. Let's go. We're gonna go make 2 million. Macy, I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. Remember the lesson yesterday. Trading is all about resetting. Win or lose, reset. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you're not enjoying it, do what you have to get the enjoyment. And it's all about just getting better for tomorrow, right? Win or lose. Yeah, we're gonna need a group for sure. Could you imagine the trading floor gets up to like 50, $100 million in actual management? That'd be phenomenal. That'd be absolutely phenomenal. I think is it Tom Hugard, man? He'll take trades. Like he's a day trader. And he will dude, he'll take like 3,000 units. I don't know if it's micros or minis, but he'll go and risk 50 to 100,000 a position. No problem. Or sometimes more. Like his book is phenomenal. Best Loser Wins, guys. If you haven't read it, strongly recommend it. Charts close for the day. Yeah, if you guys aren't locked out, make sure you lock out. That's 3 days, 3 of the 5 for me on my 4 flexes, and then my pro is well above the daily requirement. It's only 5 days at $100, but you need to make $2,000 buffer. So I'm just over halfway on my buffer now. So we'll see. There could be a couple $1,000 coming off that account in the next little bit. We'll see. Attaboy, Macy. Yeah, curious to see your review, brother. Absolutely love it. For now, I think we're going to cycle higher. 30-second IFBG. Retested it here. Looking like we're going to cycle higher. This level's I wouldn't call it a first presented because we got this lower leg here. But could still hold price down. Could still hold price down. I could watch charts all day, man. I love this. 1 minute CISD. And there was a 30-second CISD here as well. So absolute beauty re-entry. Again, if you're bullish. Only if you're bullish. And this is what I mean by these later session entries, dude. Like, oftentimes we'll get this deeper pullback right around lunch, and then we'll start to spool higher, right? Pay attention to it. It's very common. Very, very common. So in this scenario, like if I'm once my buffer's bigger and I can trade larger contracts, if I took this, let's say on 8 contracts, right? That's $90 a contract. I'm $700-800 up. I'm willing to risk $70. Leave a contract open for it to pull back and then cycle higher, right? On these days where I'm hyper bullish. There she goes. Ricky, my man, ciao. Have a great day. Much love, brother. Letting GU, yeah, let's take a peek. Oh, yeah, dude. Wow. Beautiful. Ricky, if you're still here, are we targeting... What is this? London High? Yeah, this is moving very nice. Silver's back on its run, guys. Silver's back on its run. Not a bad time to buy after this weekly inversion. Look at that. First presented weekly bearish fair value gap, completely violated it. Retested, respected the low, and here we go. Silver's a good buy. Right around that 80 mark would have been beautiful. 80 to all-time highs, you're looking at about 50%. Not bad. I think Microsoft is also in a very key level right now, guys. Look at this. Let's just take a peek. So we got equal highs at the top. Equal highs at the top. We inverted this first presented weekly off this most recent leg. Again, we're tapping into a monthly now, so it could be a little bit heavy. We might get corrective, but from a weekly point of view, we're starting to shift bullish, or we've now shifted bullish weekly based off of inversions in the CISD. Right, and we got a breaker. Big old weekly breaker. Can't see it, but Microsoft a good buy, in my opinion. Microsoft's a good buy, in my opinion. Great levels. If you're not keen on buying stocks either, guys, look at dollar cost averaging. If you want some information, let me know. I can send some your way. Oops. But dollar cost averaging is the safest way, in my opinion, to get involved with the market. Gosh, this looks beautiful for upside. You just got to be careful around these levels with the ES, right? These all-time highs. Set an alert. $12. Fresh hourly candle. Again, fresh hourly candle. We got our little wick, and then we start to expand. That's absolutely beautiful. So this should clear. Should clear. For now, guys, I am done for the day. Well done. Asia high. Let me just take a quick peek. Asia high. Let's see an Asia high, unless it's back here. London high, London high. We might have our session times set differently as well. Mine's primed for indices, not Forex. Asia high, PM high, and AM high. Let's go. Beautiful. Yeah, man, plenty of good draws. If we start to really V-shape and we get some momentum, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But we interacted with that 4 hour as well. Like we shouted out a little bit earlier. So likely expect a pullback. We just need to see what can hold price up, right? 15-minute, there's nothing. 30-minute, there's nothing. 1 hour, there's nothing. So basically, we're looking for 5-minute order flow to stay bullish. Right? Look for this to hold. And then if we get a change in the state below this level, then we're likely coming back into this 15, a little bit lower. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, boys, we're done for the day. Thank you for tuning in. Another day, another dub. If you're Macy, another day, another couple dubs. Attaboy. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all. And we will catch you tomorrow back on the YouTube. All right? Expect a trade review in the next couple of hours. All right, boys. Much love. Ciao.